Hey folks, it's Rick Clay again, and I'm still going to talk about remediation, but not remediation as far as the brine waste goes and when they're pumping it, should they run into anything nasty. I'm talking about remediation at the end of the project. Now, whatever life this has, 30 to 50 years they're claiming, at the end of it when all the gas is gone, what happens to the caverns? Who does the cleanup? So again, I go back to the meeting at Millbrook where I questioned ALTON representatives, and they didn't really have any answer for me. They stumbled around a little bit and talked amongst themselves and said, well, maybe we would fill them with water. Of course, you can't really fill them with water because then it'll start dissolving the salt and the whole thing will slump together and create a giant sinkhole. Now, of great concern to me and a lot of other people is the fact that one of the other major uses for these gas caverns is to store fracking and contaminated waste. So what happens in 50 years? Do they come here and fill them with fracking waste or contaminated waste that we have to stick around? Now, there is absolutely nothing in the environmental assessment to obligate them to do anything. Now, the people out there that have said, well, the government's doing their job, they're not doing their job. They've got nothing in place to force them to clean up the mess when they're done. And it should be strictly enforced. Never mind, AltaGas is morphed into 5 other companies, and 30 years from now you go to sue them for damages and all of a sudden, well, it's not the same company. No, there should be an obligatory clause that no matter what, they are responsible at the end of the project to clean it up. So the other thing I said, well, if it's not water, what would you, if you're not going to put contaminated materials down there, what are you going to put down there? Well, we'll fill it with an inert material. An inert material that you just happen to have 8.5 million cubic meters kicking around to put down a pipe, I don't know, 24, 36 inch, I'm not sure what the diameter of the pipe is down to the cavern. Quite a job and quite a 500,000 dump truck loads. It's quite a thing. Now, the government has not done anything to ensure us that this will be dealt with in a proper manner at the end of the project. So what kind of a government leaves a mess potentially like that behind? Right now, if people want to check the news and go through the articles, you'll see that there's a huge problem out west right now with abandoned oil wells. The company doesn't exist anymore. They just got to pull up and leave them behind. And it's billions and billions of dollars to clean up the mess. Who cleans up the mess? What is this inert material that they plan on filling the caverns with? And why isn't there an obligation in writing? So spell it out right now before you start. Never mind getting your project going, making your money, and leaving a mess behind. I'd like some real answers on that, and some people out there listening to just think about that in the history of messes that were left behind by corporations that the public, your dollars and my dollars, will be used to clean it up. Probably not mine, because I won't be around in 50 years, but my son and maybe his son's son and the next couple generations of people are responsible for this. That requires an answer, and there is no answer right now, and they're hedging on it. So before the project goes ahead, let's get it down so everyone's clear what's going to happen at the end of the project. Something to think about again.